One season following another, laden with happiness and tears. Rainbow bells of roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Pretty-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee sings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
I'm crying, you know. I had to see you because I have such news for you, and not just every day of the week news, but once in a lifetime news. And she pulled my head to her chest and started laughing. And I turned that cry scene into the you never heard. But she really gave me a hard time. But I survived. You meet people like that. Not everybody is very kind in the theater. Anyway, that I can go. We'll be there another one. When I think of another one, I'll tell you. I was Phyllis's understudy, and one Christmas they called me and said, "Phyllis is sick. You'll have to go on today." So I called up Phyllis to wish her well, and I said to her, "Phyllis, I hope I do a good job for you." And she said, "I don't care how you do. I won't be there." That was that. And then afterwards, she came downstairs one day in the dressing room and she said, "You know how terrible Fred is as Tevye?" I said, "No." "Well, no matter how bad you were as Golda, he's worse." I said, "Phyllis, I wasn't bad." She said, "I didn't say you were." You had to know Phyllis Golda. May she rest in peace. She's mean to me. Phyllis was a character. Phyllis Goldblatt was her name.
Let's move to the next one.
Okay.
Oklahoma. Okay.
Oklahoma. Oh yeah, I heard that. Something about that on television this morning.
Sweeping down the plain, when the waving wheat can sure smell sweet, when the wind comes right behind the rain. Oh, Oklahoma, every night my honey lamb and I sit alone and talk and watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say, I-M-I-O-I-A, we're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, okay.
I do know a lot of the show songs because when I was growing up, I would play records and sing to them and learn. And then when my children were born, I used to put records on and still sing. Her name is Elsie, with whom I shared 4 sordid rooms in Chelsea. She wasn't what you'd call a blushing flower. As a matter of fact, she rented by the hour. The day she died, the neighbors came to snicker. Well, that's what comes from too much pills and liquor. But when I saw her laid out like a queen, she was the happiest corpse I ever seen. I think of her when I think of her and say,
What good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book, and the broom. It's time for a holiday. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Only a cabaret, old chum. So come to the
How come you chose theater instead of stand-up comedy?
I remember the first time I auditioned for a show, I didn't know the key. And I sang in the wrong key and I wasn't cast. And my father talked them into putting me in the show. And that very first show was called Allegro. And it's the story of a young doctor in a small town. And it's from the day he's born, Joseph Taylor Jr. And then he becomes a doctor. And not many people know that show, Allegro. But, he falls in love with his nurse. He marries this woman, that's right, the nurse falls in love with him. And she sings, "The gentleman is a dope." Remember that one? And not my cup of tea. Look at me crying my eyes out, as if he belonged to me. So that was the very first show I ever did, Allegro. Brisk, lively, merry and bright, Allegro.
So I've always enjoyed that. Having you beside me as we, sing and dance our way across the stage.
I sang what you sang because, I can't read music. I said, if I can't sing the note I'm near, I sing the note that I'm near. If I can't sing the note that I'm so glad to be a part of your life. I'm so, and what good times we've had.
Oh,
And I remember one time I got mad at something, and you came up to me and you said to me, very politely, Joyce, that's all your fault.
I did?
And again, I'm here and I want to thank you for being so wonderfully helpful and training me and even stopping me one time and saying, "You look great, except don't you believe in makeup?" And I technically don't, but I ran out and bought some. And I loved everything that you've done.
When I came and started doing shows with this group, I could always count on you for taking that song where it needed to go. Whatever it was, whether it was Adelaide's Lament
Isn't
or
that sweet?
I just knew, well, Joyce will do that, so there's nobody who can do it better. So
And I remember the first time I met you, and John Paul, I remember the first time I met, he looks like he's directing a show. All I cared about when I got here was to be in the theater, get involved in theater, because I did a lot of theater up in Northern Virginia. And you said, well, try out, but I'd just been cast in The Moon Over Buffalo at Raleigh Little Theater.
Okay. Well,
And so I couldn't do it, but that's when I met you. And you were with us in
that must go back about
that
18
show.
years or something.
I can remember you standing back here in the dressing room and going over the harmony, which I never could get, as we all know.
Village Review,
Yes, I
and you
do.
said, "Do I have to audition?" I said, "If you want to." And so she started singing Adelaide.
Oh, yes.
And we all just stood back and thought, this kid is good.
Adelaide is a part of my life.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. But
Still
I
is.
remember when I moved here, my son had a paper on my Village Review. And I went, and I thought, I don't know this, and I think this one's talking about his blood pressure, and this one said he's not feeling well. I thought, I don't know how this is going to go. Know if I would go back to this group, because I thought, and then I thought, no, Joyce, maybe you can help them. This group has been more of a help to me than I ever have been to them. The friendships, the things that we've done together is amazing, and I'm so glad I went back that second day.
Was one in which Joyce tap dance, and I was shocked. I've never seen Joyce tap dance. She, Mary, and about 12 tap dancers done in a show.
I think that was at Carolina Meadows.
Carolina.
As I said on Facebook today, tapping. I love tapping. When we first joined that group, oh, this one woman by the name of Ginger, she'd strut her stuff out there. Oh, wonderful group.
Before you drift to sleep upon your cot, think back on all the tales that you remember of Camelot.
Thank you all for coming.
We miss you.
We miss you.
And I was, how many years ago? 3 years ago for me. And shall I tell that story? I guess not. But anyway, we're fellow queens. Fellow queens, is that a word?
You happen to mean something else.
Sure. And he said, and then everybody will stand and they'll sing to you. Just don't throw your panties on the stage.